Yeah. We'll start whenever we're both ready. Um, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It could be episode 3, it could be episode 4. We'll find that out in the future. I'll put that in the title. This is another episode with me and Guy.
How you doing?
Another podcast. I reckon let's aim for 45 minutes. 45.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah.
45?
I reckon 45 is nice. It's different. Give the people an extra 15.
Yeah.
So,
I think our last 2 podcasts have been success. I'd say.
Yeah, they were
success.
good, man. I mean, I've received good, responses. People have DM'd me and they're like, yeah, what you're doing is good, but maybe have a camera. And
yeah, people want a
the
camera,
camera
man.
thing is kind of like,
we can't. Like, we don't have a...
It's a matter of finding the good cameras and
camera,
then having multiple angles. Because we want it to be as high quality
You need
as possible,
at least two cameras, and we just don't have that,
Yeah, exactly.
We're
in my backyard again.
We're in the backyard, same spot as podcast number 1.
Mm-hmm. I can also maybe just talk a bit louder instead of just like kind of talking quieter.
Yeah.
Just make sure you like project the voice, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just so that everyone can hear us properly.
Yeah.
Well, what were you gonna say?
I have a topic that I'd like to talk about.
Yeah.
Very recently, and I mean recent as in last day.
Wait. 2 seconds, everyone. I'm letting my dog inside.
Well, he's letting old Buster.
Let's go, Buster. Come on. He's fucking talking around. You can hear his paws hit the concrete.
I know, yeah. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, now we got complete silence.
Yeah.
Anyway, Guy.
Okay, yeah, topic that, as I said, very recent, last couple of days, newsworthy. Now recorded, over 800,000 people have signed to storm, quote unquote, Area 51 and see them aliens. That's what's quoted. And everyone's just making memes about people living with aliens and all that. But the weird thing is, Daniel was telling me all about Area 51 and this documentary with a man called Bob Lazar.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Bob Lazar, dude. He's a scientist. He's a scientist that has so-called claimed to have worked at Area 51, and this was way back in the 80s that he made this statement. And, for the past 30 years, he's been telling the same story over and over and over and over. And this is basically just a guy talking about his life, his real experiences, and it's very difficult to think that he's just some con artist who's been pulling this, crazy joke for the past 30 years.
I just think it's very ironic that you were talking to me about this a week ago, a week ago, about all of this, and I was amazed.
Yeah, it's
and
phenomenal,
now this stuff has come up, but at the same time, like with all the memes about aliens and all this technology shit, and they were like, haha, it's like it totally could be true.
Totally, yeah. And this documentary,
explain the documentary, because for people who don't know Bob Lazar and all this Area 51 stuff.
Bob Lazar was a scientist, and it was based in. He had a job. He was hired by EG&G. It's this company, and they took him out to Nevada, and for some fucking unknown, mysterious reason, he got a job at Area 51, and he was told to just basically work on alien technology. And so there was UFOs. He said he saw about 9 of them. And, fucking obviously, many of you will hear this and go, that's complete bullshit. And it's easy to understand that. Like, I get that. But,
insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. He predicted an element called element 115, and that element had not existed until he began talking about it. And basically, these UFOs, these alien, spaceships or whatever you would want to call it, they actually produce gravity. And Bob Lazar, real scientist, actually worked on these machines. And the documentary's on Netflix, guys. Like, you can actually watch this shit. And, it's a fucking crazy story, man. It really is. It says so much about what Area 51 really could be.
Can
Because
you-
when you look it up
yeah.
on Wikipedia,
Yeah.
it's considered to be an unknown,
Yeah.
government-owned
Unknown
facility.
purpose. That's what it says, right?
And it's like, what the fuck,
Unknown
man?
purpose.
If you were to consider the possibilities as to what would make this facility, have a title of being unknown, what are the other options we could even think of? Aliens, man.
Yeah.
Like, they have no other purpose to even consider this facility to be unknown. Like, what's all this top secret information that they really need to hide from everybody?
Yeah, and
You know what I
you
mean?
were saying before, like when you
It's
were,
fucking crazy,
yeah,
man.
it is
Because
fucking insane.
believing this makes me feel like I'm
It
crazy. But,
really is
dude,
insane.
just I
And
can't even put the
that's the
documentary into
thing.
justice
That's the thing.
because you got to check it out, and that's when
And he
you
did.
really get your mind
The
blown, man.
guy's done lie detector tests and all that. All
Yep,
came
lie
up
detector
true,
tests,
and he's
everything.
consistent with what he says as
Yep,
well. He doesn't
30
change a
years,
single
man.
thing.
30 years. It's not like this guy's doing it for fucking clout.
No.
He doesn't care
What is
about.
he? Yeah, no.
He's a normal guy. He's just trying to live his life.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he's literally had people give him death threats.
Yeah.
The government has been watching him. Like, they know it's fucking.
And that's what
crazy,
we were
man.
talking about tonight. That if this so-called storm of nearly 1 million people storming Area 51, which I don't think it will, but if it did, the government would literally have to kill
You would think
them
so.
to stop them.
If we were to consider the possibility that there were in fact alien
It's
technologies and
crazy.
even aliens
Yeah.
themselves, and if we were to assume that they had kept this from us since the 80s, maybe even earlier.
Think about how highly secure this
Yeah,
facility is and
yeah.
how
And
serious
if
it is.
anyone outside of the workers of Area 51 were to have access to this information, it would change the planet
Change the
completely.
planet.
And Bob Lazar
Yeah.
is one of the only people that do have this access and have this knowledge and have done things,
And-
seen things, been right
And
there.
people won't believe him.
And they won't believe it because it's just one person.
Yeah.
They're going to go, this guy's crazy, this guy's bullshit.
Imagine.
But then if there's
Yeah.
10 people, 20 people, 500 people all saying the same thing, all making documentaries, shit's going to become more and more believable, man. This is the start.
Yeah.
This is the
Think
fucking
about
pinnacle of a giant turn that humanity's going to
Yeah.
make, man. I'm going to say right now, I would say within the next 50 years, we're going to find out shit about aliens.
I'd say, look,
From Area
if this
51.
if this storm actually happens, we could be finding out about aliens by September this year.
It's true, man. It could happen way quicker than
It could
we
happen
think.
this year.
Yep,
The
totally.
entire world could change.
Totally.
September 20th is when they
Totally.
plan on storming this place. I don't think it'll happen, but if it does, and if people,
Totally, man.
this could become a global event
Yep.
where people could get massacred. Because think about how fucking serious they're going to treat this. They're not going to care who's coming. They're going to shoot them down because they're going to keep their secrets private.
Exactly.
It's going to
And that's the
become
thing.
a civil war, anarchy war.
Yeah,
It's going to be
straight
complete war.
Straight up.
If it happens, though,
Yeah.
which I don't think it will.
And
But
that's the thing,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
if the government were to have all this power and really possess this alien technology, that would be the precise thing that gives them the power that they have.
Exactly.
Because they are the ones with the advanced technology that can literally, quote unquote, fucking create gravity.
You know what I thought about?
You can make force fields with that shit, dude.
Man.
If you're the one person or the one group in the world
Yeah.
that actually has the capability of making a force field from alien technology, then you win, man.
Yeah.
You fucking win at
You
life.
just won the
And
world.
if everyone in the world had access to this technology that Area 51 may or may not have, we wouldn't even need a government.
Chaos.
People in power would not even exist.
Chaos, yeah.
We could fucking fly over to Area 51 and just blow it up.
Yeah.
Or just go to other fucking star systems, man.
Yep.
Who knows how far these
Think
spaceships
about
can even
it.
travel?
They could have time travel.
Yep.
They could have all this shit. Like,
Anything.
here's what you were saying, right? The stereotypical alien spaceship. Where do you think people came up with this idea? How do you think that was even invented?
Exactly.
And
Dude.
that's what Bob Lazar said. He worked on a ship that was shaped exactly like it. Like, where do you think
like the stereotypical UFO.
Where do you think all the stereotypes existed? Like,
Yep. And there's this other documentary called Unacknowledged, and within that documentary, it contains all of these different interviews with various different engineers and scientists that have worked on Area 51 as well. And the way that each and every one of them describe the quote unquote alien bodies that they saw, all were described the exact same way. And none of these scientists or none of these engineers had any affiliation with one another. They didn't even know each other. These interviews were recorded on all different places of the world. And also, right, and that's true, like the fact that the stereotypical alien came about, how would you even consider that a stereotypical alien if there is apparently no stereotype to base it off?
Exactly.
And the fact that they look human,
Yeah.
they've got the eyes, they've got the heads, they've got the body, arms, legs. And I heard this from Joe Rogan's podcast. That's something you guys should also check out. It's a Joe Rogan podcast with Bob Lazar himself. It's about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Even more convincing
Fucking
than the
crazy.
documentary.
And Joe Rogan is
complete
insane.
natural.
Yeah.
Just full on 3-hour conversation.
Complete.
And
man.
it says
Can't
so
even
much about
it.
The possibility of us even evolving into these aliens.
Yes.
Because when you think about it, if they really do look like us with the eyes, the head, the arms, the legs, it would make less sense if we weren't related to them, or if we didn't evolve into them, if they really did exist.
Because you're thinking of something from an entire planet or an entire fucking universe. As if they would look exactly like this specific species out of the billions of species that exist on this planet alone.
The universe is infinite, essentially.
Exactly.
Dude. And there could be infinite amount of life forms in this fucking thing that we're within. What the fuck is the chance of them actually looking like
There's
us?
almost an infinite amount of species on this planet alone. We've only discovered, what, 30% of the ocean? Not even? There's 70%
Who the fuck knows what's under there? Dude,
billions,
there could be fucking alien spacecrafts in the ocean.
Down in the ocean. Things that have crashed.
Dude, we have the technology to explore these parts of the ocean, but we don't do that because, whoever the fuck, they might be associated with Area 51, US government, any government in the fucking world, honestly, they all know to just not say anything to anyone because they know what's there. And so they'll tell the world, hey, we've only discovered 70% of the fucking ocean.
You could have discovered all of it.
Really, we know everything that's in it. We're just not going to tell you guys.
Yeah. Oh my god,
crazy,
man. It's
crazy.
so weird.
Dude,
this could actually be true.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh my god.
A year ago, I would have thought this shit was crazy.
No, yeah.
I'm like, maybe aliens exist.
Yeah.
But there's no way
But
that, any human has any possession of this shit.
Of course not. And then
you would not assume that your own governments would be lying to you and deceiving you.
Your own fucking species, man.
Yep. And the fact that they're withholding this technology actually lacks our ability to progress as a human race.
It could be preventing our evolution.
Straight up, man. We've I can't remember where I heard this from. I think it was from the Unacknowledged documentary. But we have essentially lost a whole entire century's worth of human evolution in terms of technological development.
Yeah.
And if we, from the start, as soon as they had discovered this alien technology or aliens themselves, if we had immediately presented that to the public, we would be evolving a million miles an hour, dude.
Oh my god, man.
Like, we wouldn't need fucking oil. We wouldn't, dude, pollution wouldn't even exist.
No,
nothing. Because these spaceships don't need that.
Because you wouldn't even need it.
They run on themselves.
Yeah.
Dude, I have this theory, like, I don't know what I have this theory that the aliens, they operate their ship based on just themselves. It's like their own energy operates the ship. They don't need any external power. It's just their consciousness in a way.
Yeah.
And that, it's really how shit works. And if we're really going to evolve into that kind of, powerful fucking mind, we wouldn't even need any of these external sources like coal and all this shit to help us.
We could just transport to another planet entirely and discover new resources, new life, a new way to live.
Straight up, man.
Earth could just be the past.
Yep.
And this could all happen. Think about this. All of this could happen this year. This could be the start of it this year. If people actually decide to risk their lives just to see them aliens as they make fun of it, you could literally uncover centuries worth of discoveries.
Honestly, man. And I reckon, there's going to be some major consequences to this shit.
Oh my god.
Because if this shit's real, and if people leak out this information, people are going to start getting assassinated, dude.
Global
dead set.
Global.
Like, the reason why I think Bob Lazar hasn't been assassinated by the government, even though he's possessed all this knowledge, is because he's just one guy. And one guy can't change the whole fucking world, man. You need
People will
to
be
build a
like,
community
not
of
enough
believers.
people will like believe.
Exactly.
There'll
Just
be
one
a
guy.
handful of people who will be like, whoa, but it's
One
not
guy.
enough to overpower us.
Yeah, totally. Everyone can just look at this one guy and be like, oh, he's just a crazy guy.
Yeah.
But then if there's hundreds and hundreds of other scientists that have come out of Area 51 all saying the same shit, it's going to get more
Even
and more
the
likely
fact
by
that-
the second,
yeah.
dude.
Isn't this evidence though? If he's been just saying all this stuff, why on earth would he be sent death threats?
Exactly.
Think about that.
Exactly. And
why
also,
would you threaten his life if you just knew he was crazy?
Yeah, exactly. If the government just had no idea about this person, why would they even bother to?
Yeah, they'd be like, oh,
even
he's saying,
associate
don't worry
themselves
about it.
because they could just be like, oh, this is just a guy just talking bullshit.
But they're
Exactly.
But they're literally threatening to end his life for just saying this stuff. Like, are you really concerned about these rumors that he's making? Obviously, they must mean a lot for you to give a shit.
Yeah.
Like,
and what's crazy is that he got hired through this company, EG&G, right?
Yeah.
And after all this happened with him publicizing what he's seen and done, EG&G had deleted his identity from their company.
Oh my god.
So people, police or whoever the fuck investigated this guy's life, and his name's gone. They got rid of him, and they go, yeah, no, he never worked here. Even though Bob Lazar himself, for 30 years straight, has always been saying, I got hired by a company, EG&G.
30 years straight he's been
30
saying
years straight, man. And dude, another thing that proves that he's actually a scientist is he was in the newspaper, man. He was on the front page.
Yeah.
He was making some kind of engines and shit in his garage.
Yeah.
And he was noticed by his whole neighborhood. And so it just became like a dumb sort of news story.
Yeah.
And EG&G, I think, saw that article and hired him. That's how it works. That's how it all began.
Yeah.
And the fact that they got rid of his identity.
Yeah.
And went, no, we don't even know this guy. He never worked here ever. Where do you think this scientist even got his fucking degrees, dude?
Yeah. That's...
And, dude, everything he says, every question that he's been asked, he answers in a way that is just so believable. There's not one little thing, not one little movement or word or anything that would make you really question that he's lying.
And it's so crazy that...
And it sounds crazy. People are going to listen to this being like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but like, why don't more people believe in this? You have tons and tons of evidence that this thing actually exists.
The evidence is being thrown right in your face, dude. And the whole trick and the whole fucking, last laugh that the government has is that they have make people believe that it's a fucking joke.
Yeah, it's fear.
They created this, stereotypical alien to be laughable.
Oh, man.
Laughable.
But
the
like,
whole world's going to laugh at these aliens. Like, haha, look at them. They're
and
in
even the
comic books,
government's like, yeah, look at those. They're funny, right?
Yeah, they're funny, right? They're not real, right?
Yeah, they're just a cartoon.
That's what they want you to fucking think, man.
Yeah.
That's what they want you to
Where do you think this fucker came from?
Exactly.
Like, I really don't believe someone just drew that.
That's literal brainwashing.
It is, man.
And that's literally creating a false reality for the entire world.
And could be preventing global evolution.
Yep. Humanity prospering, dude.
Yeah.
We could save the world with this shit, man. Wars wouldn't even need to exist.
Yeah.
Governments wouldn't need to exist.
That's why I think that one episode on Love, Death and Robots, which is on Netflix, by the way, one of the last episodes was them discovering a civilization in a freezer. And it was
Ice Age.
Ice Age, that's what it's called. And the time flies. Like, within an hour, it's like 1,000 years or something.
It's like a whole evolution.
It's a whole
happening inside a freezer.
It's a whole like.
If you guys haven't seen Love, Death and Robots, there's this episode called Ice Age.
Yeah.
And it's like this couple, they open their freezer, and it's like the whole fucking evolution of humanity is happening in their freezer.
So like, he discovers an ice block with a mammoth in it. That's how it starts. And then
it's
they
like all gorillas and everything.
And it's evolving second by second. Like, every second is like 5 years or something.
And then like cities start being built, and then it just turns into this like super advanced city.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I think will happen.
The thing is, it becomes super advanced and then it gets bombed. The whole thing gets nuclear bombed. And then he's like, and he has like a red face, which is kind of funny. So like they think, oh, that's kind of sad. They just ended evolution. Shit, like it's gone. So they close it. They wake up the next morning. They're like, should we open it? And then they do, and it's like an alien like city.
Yeah.
It becomes so advanced and it's so insanely cool, and they're like, holy shit! And it's lights everywhere. And then they build like this pyramid, and there was all these tubes everywhere. It becomes so futuristic, and then the whole thing just like,
but it becomes like an energy ball.
yeah, it's an energy ball, and it just, well, this is spoiling the episode,
yeah.
but at the same time, just fucking watch it.
Yeah.
And the whole city just teleports, and then there's nothing in the ice age. Like there's nothing in the freezer anymore. The whole civilization, the whole civilization just teleported. What could? That's the thing. Like right now, we become more futuristic, but not to a point where we're teleporting to worlds. We become futuristic, and then something happens. We all die, it blows up, and then no more governments, no more any of that. You just have humans living among things that have been hidden for us forever.
Yep.
And then you become one, and you become advanced, and then you discover what the human race can actually do. Unlock,
and that's through cooperation of these extraterrestrials that are gonna help us. And that's the thing, dude. They present aliens in all films and all games as like evil and threatening. You know what I mean? There's something that we should be afraid of. Like aliens invading us. Like that's man. Aliens will help us prosper.
This is what I wrote just today. Aliens save humanity by the anarchist movement breaking them out of Area 51, which ultimately leads to a peaceful and prosperous world. That's what I wrote in my notes today.
And why wouldn't it, dude? If we have humans, the only reason we consider aliens as being threatening in all these movies and games is because of how we look at them and how we treat them.
We don't understand
and they go, enemy. You know?
Yeah.
If we approach these aliens...
That's the government doing that.
Exactly. And the government are the ones that have power, man.
Yeah.
They're the ones that have a voice.
They're like, no, we have to make
everyone else, all the peacekeepers. If we had our fucking voice loud enough as they do, we could just approach these aliens and go, hey, let's work together, man.
Exactly.
Let's
That's
build
why
a better world.
That episode is so important, because without the government, without the secrets, you just live as one, and you become so advanced that you literally become a whole entire civilization that can just do anything.
Yeah.
You can discover new universes and literally teleport an entire civilization.
And it would complete the evolution of humanity.
That's what the bomb does. They open it, and it's like, holy shit. Like, straight after the nuclear bomb, they wait a few hours, and it's literally an entire
and that
brand
bomb
new civilization.
That is in that episode, that could be a fucking, foreshadowing World War III, man.
Yeah.
That's humans against humans.
We thought that was going to happen a couple of years ago with bloody America and North Korea.
Humans against humans, man. We're fighting ourselves.
The Cold War, man. The Cold War lasted 50 years, 60 years.
Dude, it's fucked up.
And I reckon it'll happen. I don't know when, but, like, I don't
The
think...
important thing is to just consider all possibilities, man.
Exactly.
You really have to base your own perspective on this world that you live within on yourself.
Yeah.
And your life.
Yeah.
Because whatever the shit the media throws at you, they can choose whatever the fuck they want to include and exclude, And there's all these people that know all this information, but fuck, man, they can keep it to themselves, or they can tell whoever they want. And clearly, the governments, they want it right there. Literally, in their pockets, man.
A meteor could fall in the backyard right now. We could pick it up and keep it in our room and not tell anyone.
Yeah.
And we could discover new abilities, new technology, just us two, and we might not tell anyone. That's the thing. That's literally what...
Dude, and that's also, it leads back to the, human tendency to be selfish.
To be greedy.
Greedy, man.
Greed.
Because once you have that,
Isn't that one of the 7 sins, greed?
Yeah, greed, yeah. Once you have that power, and only you can be
only you,
you would go, shit.
That would tear our friendship apart. If a meteor landed right here in your garden,
power corrupts people, man.
Yeah, literally. As close as we are, as friendly as we are to one another, it would ultimately divide us.
You would really learn a lot about yourself.
Yes,
when you're in a position
you would
like
become
that.
totally different people.
If you know and acknowledge that you have a power
or
that
the
is beyond
opportunity to
anyone
seize
else's
power,
in humanity,
yeah,
you would become a completely different person.
or even a breath of power that you can grab, even the opportunity of seizing power.
It changes people, man. It corrupts people,
It
but it's bad.
really just
It's evil. It's an evil force.
Yeah,
Dude, power is not meant to be possessed by an individual.
No.
Power is shared.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you build a world that is prosperous.
Yeah.
You don't build a world that you yourself have created. You build a world together. That's the whole, dude, that's the only way we can make peace, man.
Yeah.
The only way we can make peace in this
Yeah.
world. And the government is selfish, man. They're greedy old fucking bastards,
Of course,
man. And they could just, with a fucking snap of their fingers, change everything.
They could,
if they really do have this
they have
technology.
the potential to end the planet. They could have. They
Straight
have
up,
the
man.
potential.
Think about all these fucking governments
infinite
with nuclear weapons.
Infinite possibilities.
Yep.
But even this technology that the aliens so-called have, you could just press something or click something, and it would just evaporate the entire planet. But they have that power. And look at this. This is what I was thinking about earlier. Think about Area 51 and just how small of an area that is compared to the entire planet. Like you hear about Area 51, you think, oh, aliens and all that. But this is just in America.
Exactly.
Think about
who knows
think
where
about
everything else
how
is.
big of a country Russia is, right?
Yep.
Russia takes up 60% of Europe. Russia swallows every country in size. Think about how many possible things have landed in Russia and Australia, China, South America.
Yep. And who knows?
Canada.
Who knows why Russia and America are against each other?
Yeah, but the thing is, think about all the Area 51 things are in different countries.
Exactly.
This
Area
is only the
51
one we
isn't
know
just
about.
one place. It's
Yeah.
just the place that we know.
This is the only one we know about.
Exactly. And the only way that we even knew about Area 51 is because of Bob Lazar.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep, no one knew anything about Area 51 until Bob Lazar.
Wow.
Bob Lazar did the interview, and he's like, yeah, I work at this place called Area 51.
Wow, I didn't know that at all.
He was the whole reason why Area 51 even exists.
Wow.
Dude. It's the only reason why it's publicized. Because before then, Area 51 was just like nothing. It was just like there's a place in Nevada that no one knows about.
I didn't know that he was the one who unraveled all of that.
Everyone knows that because of him. And the fact that he said that, the government could have been like, oh, that's not real. But it is.
Yep.
It's a real place.
And people have tried to walk in there and they've been threatened to be shot. There's a video on Facebook, which I'm sure people who are listening to this have seen.
I don't think I have.
These two motorcyclists accidentally drive past this barrier, just on dirt bikes, right? And they go up this dirt path, and then a military car drives towards them on the other side of the road on this dirt path, and all you see is just desert, right? And there's this warning, it's like, do not enter, but they just it's like a little barrier, like a road barrier. They just drive, they keep driving. And then these two military guys get out and they have pistols pointed at these two bikers and they're like, holy shit. And they screaming at them, get down on the ground, get down. And they're just like, oh, we're just passing through. We didn't know. And they're literally being threatened to be shot. This is on Facebook. Thousands of millions of views.
Crazy.
And they literally
they're in Area 51.
Yeah, they accidentally drove into it.
Holy fuck.
And the military truck came up right away. How do they spot them?
Holy fuck.
It's just a desert. You just see it's like a mountain, and on the other side it's complete desert, just nothing. You don't see anything.
That's the thing. Why would they even need to be that threatening?
And how did they know they were there immediately?
Yeah.
Did a silent alarm go off? There's a breach on this, and a truck has come up to them, and two guys with guns have forced them, physically grabbed them and forced them to leave.
And dude, this is kind of unrelated, but another thing that supports Bob Lazar's, descriptions.
Oh, it's related, yeah.
Is in the UFO that he was studying on. in the seat, there is a seat in the UFO. So this is a fucking stereotypical UFO we're talking about. It's the disc and everything. You go in there, and the one seat that's in there is small. And it's almost like it, fits a child.
Yeah.
And when you consider what the stereotypical alien is, big head, small bodies, arms, legs, that's going to fit that kind of alien fucking perfectly, isn't it?
Exactly. Where do you think the driver went? You'd think if an alien spaceship came onto Earth, it wouldn't be driverless. Like, at least you'd have a body.
Well, it could have crash landed and died. Or it could have landed here, they've taken the ship, and they've locked up the alien wherever the fuck it is.
Or just taken the body.
Yeah. Or maybe the aliens are just fucking cooperating with the US government. Who knows, man?
But it's so scary. Infinite possibilities, man.
There's endless possibilities. Endless. And that's the thing, that, like, they could easily just fucking tell us what's in there. Just tell us what's in there.
No, but that's the thing. Like,
why are we born in a world where there's a place that exists where the entire human race has no access to in any way, shape, or form?
Yeah, as we both said before, preventing a possible prosperous and peaceful world.
And dude,
because that's not profitable, is it?
No.
Everyone being in agreement with each other.
Exactly.
How do you think America got its pride? Killing other, like, well, no, it's stereotypical, but like the whole World War thing, like, America is so famous for being the power country, and Russia being like a really powerful country. How do you think they became powerful? By not agreeing with other humans.
Exactly. Man.
Like, if everyone just agreed with each other, boring.
Boring for them.
How do you think movies are made? Violent movies.
Exactly.
Think about, like, John Wick. He's literally, and people coming up to John Wick, like, that wouldn't be a movie if everyone just got along.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just, like,
it's fucking.
They don't want that to happen because it's not profitable.
They want to be the only ones in power, dude. It's the human tendency to want power, and it's tragic, man. It's tragic because, if I were to have that power, and if I were to be the only human in existence to have that power.
But it's the primal instinct to be the best.
Exactly. It's all about the certain people that have the certain power.
Exactly.
These people are fucking selfish, man.
People love it. They love
it, man.
Staring down at people.
They've won.
Yeah.
They've gone, yep, we've got this fucking technology, and we're the only ones with it. We're unbeatable.
Think about someone like Obama, right? A humble and very intelligent, wise man, right? He was, you told me this, in an interview, who was asked about Area 51, and he laughed, and he's like, no, I can't really talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, think about what an honest and genuine man he is. Even he jokingly said, I really can't talk about it. Even if you pressured him talking, even if you like know what's in there, he'd be like, I really can't say.
Yeah.
Like, even he, like an honest man such as him, who really just doesn't like lying to people, which I don't know, I'm not really that invested in what he did.
Yeah.
But like a man like that was even forced to say, I really just can't talk about this.
Yeah.
And think about the
fact that he didn't just say, "Oh no, they're not real."
Like, it wouldn't be so serious if there wasn't an immense amount of power and intelligent forces.
Presidents are just like the faces of the world.
Faces. Yeah, think about Vladimir Putin. Immediately you just think of Russia. You know what I mean?
They're all faces.
The entire country.
It's like fucking, like LeBron James is the face of Nike.
No, LeBron James is the face of the NBA.
LeBron James is the face of the NBA.
And the face of sports, literally.
Think about how many little things are intertwined, Mm-hmm. Barack Obama is just the face of this U.S. government.
Face of the country.
He's the face of what it all means. And of course, he's a respectful man, and I have nothing wrong with him personally. But he's an image that the U.S. government has created. There are people that are far more powerful than him, And there are people that have far more knowledge than him.
Think about media, like the people who own the media. Those immensely wealthy people who own the media. They control what goes up. And think about how the government would have to tell them, like, you cannot do this, you can't write this, you can't do that, only post this.
Yeah, it's all a script, man.
It's a script. That's exactly. Everything.
It's not Barack Obama
Yeah.
being Barack Obama. It's just Barack Obama
Barack
being the
Obama
Barack
would
Obama that they want him to be.
yeah, Barack Obama, I bet 100% would love to tell us what's in Area 51. But
Or he
even,
wouldn't.
but that,
Or
that,
he
but
wouldn't.
that's the
Maybe they're
thing.
all actors, man.
But that's the thing. I reckon if he, like when he was asked about Area 51, and he just completely told everyone, he'd be assassinated.
Straight up.
Even by his
Straight
own
up.
government.
Straight
I
up. If he
completely
said
believe
some
that.
information that was dead ass legit,
Yeah, he
he'd be
stared
assassinated.
straight into the reporter and said,
Like
"This is what
if he had like
happened."
some
Yeah,
kind of breakdown, he was like, "There's UFOs at Area 51.
yeah.
I can't fucking keep this
We
within
we
myself.
have the potential to move
We can
worlds.
prosper as a fucking human race if everyone finds this technology.
Yeah,
Please, can we, fucking
someone
destroy
help
Area
me. He'd
51?"
be killed.
Yep.
Done. 100% by his own government.
Yep.
He think about Obama being in
Straight up.
being the president, right? He think about top of the fucking food chain as in terms of how we run things on this planet, right? Top of the food chain. President of the United States of America, 100% would be killed by people who are actually below him. That would have to kill him because he'd be like,
But that's the thing, man. There'd be people that are above him that no one knows about.
oh my God. How
100%.
crazy is that?
Dude,
there are people in higher power
100%.
than people like Donald Trump.
100%.
And
that's
why Vladimir Putin's a bit scary, because no one thinks that anyone is higher than him. I consider Vladimir Putin way higher than Donald Trump.
Yeah, and
way
dude,
higher.
Donald Trump is nothing but a fucking businessman.
Yep.
Do you think he knows what's going on? Do you think he knows how to control America?
TV
Fucking
celebrity.
no.
And he is the one who knows about the secrets. Think about a man like
He could or
Donald
couldn't, but yeah.
J. Trump. And he is potentially,
He's a
most
baby,
likely,
man. There'd be so many people that are telling him what to do. So many. He's a fucking puppet.
Even
he's a
the
puppet for
leader
America.
of the fucking planet is being influenced by his own race, who are actually lower than him. This is fucking crazy, man. This is one of the craziest things I've ever talked about with you, dude.
It's nuts, dude. And, for all of you guys that are still listening, like, I know that you think this is fucking crazy.
We hope we've kind of opened your eyes with this kind of shit, because this is insane. Even to me speaking about this is so overwhelming.
There's no real way to process it, because if this is really true, then all of our lives have been a fucking lie.
And this could all happen September 20th. This is what we were talking about, man.
It could happen September 20th. It could happen a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Eventually, I'm saying right now, it's gonna fucking happen.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Area 51 will not be a secret for long.
No.
100% not.
Everything is temporary.
That's what I mean, right?
Everything is temporary.
Think about how this meme to storm Area 51 started. People are like, yeah, there's aliens in there. More people are going to become curious and suspicious about what they're actually doing. People are going to stop treating it as a joke and actually be like, all right, seriously, what the fuck is in there, and why are they keeping it a secret
the
from
more
us?
The more people that make documentaries and interviews and whatnot with all these sorts of people that have this knowledge, it's gonna get more and more people going, okay, maybe this shit's fucking true.
Yeah, exactly.
And the people who don't believe it, they're scared, man.
They're scared.
They're in decline.
You're not afraid.
And I get it.
Yeah, you're afraid to face the truth.
Like, I understand if you're like that, because you don't want to think that your whole life was a lie, and you don't want to think that your own government has been deceiving you.
Oh, government's been deceiving each other for centuries, man.
Yeah, man.
Think about, like the medieval times, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Aliens could have landed here on year 5, and we just don't know about it. Could be in the bottom of the very ocean.
There's too many mysteries, man.
Think about how long the planet has been in existence for. 4 billion years or something? About that? I really have no idea. No, not 4 billion. It'd be like 6. I don't know. It's something in the billions, man.
Yeah.
I really don't know the exact number, but think about how long this planet has existed. And think about all that time. How many things have landed on this planet?
Dude,
we just have no idea
Think about the pyramids, man.
The pyramids.
If this alien conspiracy is real, how in the fucking Jesus Christ did they make those goddamn pyramids?
You know what?
Those pyramids are shaped exact north, dude. It's precise north. If you go on a compass, the way that they're shaped is faced perfectly with all these different aerodynamics. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
how would they even
and
know that?
Dude, when it was first built, it was just fucking the most symmetrical you could ever make any building. And back then, thousands of years ago, how could humans, with the fucking lack of technology they had back then, how could they even
The lack of
fathom
knowledge.
the idea of building something
Or
like that?
aerodynamics.
Yeah,
How could you even process that?
Either aliens helped them out, or maybe we have evolved into something that is far weaker than what we once were. Maybe
Oh
humans
my
used to
God.
be, maybe we could access fucking, instead of 10% of our brain, as they say, maybe we could access fucking 70.
hmm
Who knows, man? Maybe we've gone backwards.
But that's the thing, right? With the pyramids, I have a different opinion. I've watched a lot of stuff
All
about.
opinions matter, man.
I've watched a lot of stuff about the pyramids. This may or may not be true, but like the last thing I heard about the pyramids when I was very infatuated with them, was that their tombs for their tombs they literally built to hold, um, pharaohs and kings of Egypt, and they have tunnels. They have underground tunnels in these pyramids and rooms and because you can go in the pyramids, it's hollow in there, and there are rooms and tombs and burials. That's why I think like the possibility of aliens creating that specific like dynamic of perfection is it's believable.
Yeah,
but at the
totally.
same time, it's like they're only burial things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, who the
Like
fuck
it's
knows, man?
completely. I feel like it is designed for Jesus.
Perpendicular?
No, person, like people, like human use.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I feel like aliens just like it's believable, but at the same time, would aliens contribute to that? To
Well,
our
if we are the ones that evolve into them, then why not?
yeah,
If they are
they
us
could
from the
know
future,
that. Oh man,
dude, then why
yeah,
not?
fuck my life, dude. Holy shit.
If we really, truly are going to evolve into those specimens, it would all make sense, man. It would all make sense that aliens are coming back here to see what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's the same way, like Joe Rogan said, it's the same way like apes look at humans and recognize them as, a more advanced version of
97%.
We look at aliens as a more advanced version
Yeah,
of
the
us.
thing is, DNA, right? We're 97% identical to an ape. 97%. It just makes you wonder, how identical are we with these so-called aliens that are on this planet?
And that's the thing, we'll never know until the government fucking lets us
We could be the
access
apes
this
to
shit.
these humans. Literally, we could be the apes right now. We could be the lesser of this intelligent life that we just don't know about and that the government does know about. You know? That's how it's just endless, dude.
It's endless. We've got about 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
45 minutes. That's what we got to keep it at.
I could talk for another 4 hours.
Oh, me too, man. Me too. But you got to leave them wanting more. You know what I mean? That's the way to do it.
Dude. I started off with one topic and it lasted
I know,
45 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Look, guys, it sounds crazy. I get it. We all get it. But
so insane.
Look, I'm going to leave you with this, okay? Go on Netflix. Watch Bob Lazar, Area 51, and Flying Saucers. It's a documentary made in 2018. And also check out Unacknowledged. That's another documentary on Netflix. And also, if you can really be fucked, watch Joe Rogan's podcast with Bob Lazar himself.
I'd say it's
about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And that's the best one out of all. Yeah. You will get the most information out of that. Pretty mind-blowing conversation.
Yeah,
I hope you can process this. It may take a while.
Disclaimer, by the way, we're sorry about the echoing. Like, me and Daniel were just doing
because
this.
the previous podcast was really good.
We had a
Jake.
really good
Credits
mic.
to Jake. He had a good mic. It's going to sound a bit shitter this time, but,
we don't have a face cam, but you know what? Only really...
The conversation was good enough,
If you give us more views, then maybe we'll afford one in the next few years.
Honestly, like, the cameras will come. They will come. It's not going to be like this forever. This is just the beginning.
The start, yeah. And we hope you guys will come with us,
Yeah. And shout out to all the people that have DM'd me and, shown support. Fucking, who can I name? Christina Lattice, Sarah, fucking Silas Harris.
Wow.
Ryan Schmidt.
Yeah, Ryan Schmidt.
Yeah. And I mean, I apologize if I've forgotten your name, but to whoever else there is, I love you guys.
Yeah. And remember, this is only one topic that we
Yeah, it's
talked
just
about.
one of the many topics, man. We could have made this podcast a lot longer, but
we could make this last for the next 6 hours. I wouldn't
really
even
could.
give a shit if, as long as we were just talking about these mind-blowing things. I just wouldn't even matter to me.
Yeah.
You know?
I hope you enjoyed it, guys.
Yeah. Again, sorry for the audio quality. We know it's not great, but you know what? It's just me and Dan.
Deal
and
with
that's
it,
okay.
you motherfuckers.
Well, yeah, that too, I guess.
But yeah, fucking.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
This is Fish Snake signing out.
Facial hair is cool on Instagram. Give me a
Thank you very
profile
much
visit.
for moongazing with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Episode 3 or 4, we don't know.
We'll find out.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You have a good day.
Understand what this shit right here is about.